What's the gain for me? Create an immediate positive impression on every person you encounter. Forging new friendships can be a challenging task. Meeting unfamiliar individuals often involves navigating through casual conversations, uneasy pauses, and uncomfortable eye contact. Consequently, many of us opt to avoid the effort and unease that comes with making new friends. We stick to our existing social circles and avoid interactions with unfamiliar faces. However, forming new friendships yields significant benefits. It not only broadens your social network but also enhances your interpersonal abilities, skills that carry a multitude of advantages, both personally and professionally. These summaries will instruct you on becoming instantly likable and provide you with the means to leave a favorable impression on potential friends within just 90 seconds. You'll also learn how much insight you can gather about a person based on their eye movements, the reason we find someone appealing when they lean forward, and how cultivating new friendships can contribute to a longer, healthier life. Establishing connections with others contributes to improved health and increased success. Since our early days of cohabitation on the African plains, Homo sapiens have recognized the advantages of communal living. In ancient times, early humans would unite to hunt and cook, acknowledging that their chances of survival were significantly higher as a group rather than as isolated individuals. This inherent drive to form connections and bond with others remains within us. Whether at social gatherings, community meetings, or niche conventions, we relish the opportunity to meet and engage with fellow humans. It's a fundamental trait shared universally among us. Additionally, beyond being ingrained in our very essence, forming bonds with people holds remarkable benefits for our overall health and well-being. Individuals who excel at forming connections have a greater likelihood of leading longer lives. A study led by Dr. Lisa Berkman at the Harvard School of Health Sciences, which observed 7,000 individuals over 9 years, revealed that those lacking substantial social or community bonds were 3 times more likely to succumb to a medical condition than those with strong social connections. Yet, an extended lifespan is not the sole advantage of continually cultivating new friendships. It is also a key factor for success. Regardless of our aspirations in life, be it a fulfilling career, a new romantic partner, or a coveted ticket for a sold-out Broadway show, having a broad social network significantly increases our odds of achieving our desires. Information about job opportunities often comes from former colleagues. Friends can arrange blind dates, and acquaintances might be selling the exact ticket you're seeking. While the benefits of bonding are evident, forming connections with others is not always straightforward. Initiating meaningful connections with new individuals can be challenging, particularly if there are no shared interests. Moreover, each time you meet someone, you only have approximately 90 seconds to leave a lasting impression. Failing to capture the person's interest within this brief window significantly reduces the likelihood of forming a connection. Fortunately, it is possible to foster a connection within this 90-second time frame. In the upcoming summaries, you'll learn crucial skills and effective strategies to accomplish this. When initially meeting someone, pay careful attention to your nonverbal cues, eye contact, and facial expressions. Now you understand that the initial moments spent with a new acquaintance are pivotal for establishing a connection. However, were you aware that individuals begin forming their first impression of you even before you utter a word? The foremost aspects a person will observe about you encompass your posture, eyes, and facial demeanor. It is crucial for all 3 of these aspects to convey a sense of openness. Commence with your posture. To demonstrate openness, align your body with your heart directed toward them. This conveys sincerity, wholehearted engagement in the conversation, and a willingness to connect. Following that, maintain direct eye contact. Establishing unswerving eye contact is a powerful way to instill trust, making it a fundamental component of any successful initial interaction. Lastly, ensure you are the first to exhibit a smile. Allow your positive disposition to radiate through your warm smile. The other person will subconsciously grasp your authenticity and openness. Once you've set this welcoming and approachable ambiance for the encounter, initiate the conversation by introducing yourself. Keep it simple. Extend a customary greeting like, "Hi," or "Hello," in a pleasant tone. Proceed to share your first name and encourage them to introduce themselves too. As they do, promptly repeat their name to assist in committing it to memory. Brenda. Pleasure to meet you, Brenda. Lastly, lean slightly towards the other person to subtly convey interest and openness. While making this subtle lean, you can opt to accompany it with a firm and courteous handshake or utilize a hands-free approach, leaving your hands relaxed by your sides. To establish a strong connection with others, cultivating the right mindset is crucial. When it comes to forming a genuine connection with someone, discussing mutual interests is unmatched. It's evident that you're more likely to click with an individual who shares your enthusiasm for a particular sports team or enjoys similar reading material. But how do you navigate situations where such common ground is lacking? In such instances, you must intentionally foster a connection. There are numerous approaches to achieve this, which we'll delve into in the upcoming summaries. However, the prerequisite for all of them is possessing the right mindset. You can either maintain a constructive mindset or a detrimental one. A constructive mindset entails being focused on what you wish to achieve through the conversation, while a detrimental mindset fixates on what you want to avoid. By embodying a constructive mindset, you naturally exhibit positive body language and facial expressions that enhance your likability. Conversely, adopting a detrimental mindset will result in passive or negative body language that puts people off. Hence, if your goal is to enhance your connection with others, adopting a constructive mindset is paramount. But how can you effectively achieve this? Fostering a constructive mindset begins with clarifying your objectives for each conversation. As you initiate a conversation, consider your desired outcome and determine the approach that will enable you to efficiently attain it. For instance, imagine you're heading home for the holidays and your flight gets cancelled. If you possess a detrimental mindset, your focus will center on the fact that you do not want to be stranded at the airport. This may lead you to vent your frustration at airline staff, emphasizing how urgently you need an alternative flight. Conversely, if you embrace a constructive mindset, your attention will shift to your eagerness to find assistance in securing another flight. All the anger and shouting will not secure the support you require, but being approachable and agreeable to a staff member might. In summary, by concentrating on a positive desired outcome from the conversation, you will naturally adopt body language and a smile that endears you to those who can genuinely assist you in securing an alternative flight. To appear appealing and trustworthy to others, exhibit open and consistent body language. As you've grasped, a positive mindset is the fundamental basis for effective body language. But what precisely constitutes effective body language? In broad terms, body language can be categorized into two types: open and closed. Open body language involves positioning your heart and body in a way that communicates your willingness and enthusiasm to engage in conversation. When two individuals initiate a discussion with their hearts facing each other, they establish a potent connection, often leading to enhanced mutual trust. Conversely, closed body language employs gestures that shield the heart, conveying resistance, frustration, impatience, or nervousness. For instance, crossing your arms is a common display of defensive body language, as it protects the heart and, consequently, your emotions. Similarly, angling your body away from your conversation partner can evoke a similar guarded feeling. Body language extends beyond just physical gestures. It encompasses facial expressions as well, which can be open or closed. An open face involves smiling, maintaining eye contact, and displaying clear expressions like raised eyebrows, while a closed face appears stern and avoids eye contact. Additionally, ensuring that people like and trust you involves presenting a cohesive and harmonious message through your entire body. Inconsistencies in your body language can unsettle people. According to Albert Mehrabian, a notable figure in the realm of communication and a former UCLA psychology professor, credibility relies on the alignment of three communicative elements: vocal, verbal, and visual. In essence, what you say, how you convey it, and the signals your body transmits during the conversation must all synchronize. If they don't, the other person will perceive a lack of honesty, leading to discomfort for both parties. Consider a friend stating that they're fine, while averting their gaze, crossing their arms, and tapping their foot. It's evident that they aren't fine, diminishing the credibility of their words and creating an awkward atmosphere. Mirroring gestures and behaviors is instinctual and can contribute to putting people at ease around you. Imitating others is an inherent human characteristic. In fact, from the moment you were born, you've been subconsciously synchronizing with others. A baby's bodily rhythm synchronizes with its mother's. This inclination to synchronize continues as you grow older. For instance, an adult's choice of clothing is often influenced by their partner's preferences. But why does this occur? Does it imply that everyone is merely mimicking others? In reality, adapting to others is completely natural. When someone smiles at you, you naturally feel compelled to smile back. Likewise, seeing someone yawn often triggers the same response in you. And if you've ever witnessed a boxer taking a punch to the stomach, you know it can make you wince in pain as well. This synchronization is a significant aspect of our lives and plays a crucial role in building rapport. It's clear that we tend to prefer individuals who are in sync with us. We generally feel most comfortable around people whose behavior aligns with our own. Studies have even shown that we have a tendency to hire and form relationships with individuals who share similarities with us. But what does synchronization specifically mean in the context of enhancing your likability? It involves subtly mimicking and discreetly imitating your conversation partner's movements, body language, facial expressions, breathing, and tone of voice. Synchronization holds particular significance for salespeople, as a mismatch in communication styles can derail a sales pitch. Consider a scenario where a quiet man is respectfully exploring an art gallery, and an overly assertive salesperson approaches him, invading his personal space, grabbing his shoulder, and enthusiastically praising the artwork. It's evident that the salesperson would fare better by mirroring the patron's quiet demeanor and respectful approach. Matching your voice to that of your conversation partner is also a potent tool, especially when your interlocutor speaks softly and you have a tendency to speak loudly. Simply lowering your own voice can help your partner feel at ease. They'll be more comfortable conversing with someone who shares their gentle tone. The foundation of a meaningful conversation lies in posing appropriate questions and mastering the art of attentive listening. While you've gained insights into creating a comfortable atmosphere using visual cues and tone, the essence of what you say is equally crucial to leaving a favorable impression. So, how do you steer a conversation in the right direction? Questions serve as excellent conversation starters and are categorized into two types: those that encourage open dialogue and those that limit responses. Starting with open questions, these prompt individuals to share their thoughts. Imagine being at a restaurant and striking up a casual conversation with a stranger. You might initiate by saying, "This is a delightful restaurant," followed by, "Where do you think the chef is from?" The key here is to employ conversation-initiating words such as who, when, what, where, how, and why, inviting explanations or opinions from your conversation partner. On the contrary, closed questions tend to elicit a simple yes or no. They typically begin with phrases like, "Are you?" "Have you?" and "Do you?" For example, asking, "Do you visit this place often?" is likely to yield a brief affirmative or negative response. Hence, it's more effective to utilize open questions to maintain a natural flow of conversation. However, posing the right questions is only half the equation in effective conversation. The other half is dedicated to active listening, which involves more than just hearing the words spoken. It encompasses understanding the person's sentiments and emotions. How can you achieve this? Your mode of listening should transcend mere auditory reception. Engage in substantial eye contact, without making it intense. Align your body to face the speaker, lean in, and nod your head when you agree with the conveyed message. When you wish to contribute to the discussion, bear in mind not to interrupt the other person and, instead, respond wholeheartedly to what was shared. For instance, if your conversation partner mentions, "I really enjoy living in Chicago, but my husband received a job offer in Miami," you could respond with enthusiasm, "That's a significant and possibly stressful decision. How do you plan to decide on your new location of residence?" Comprehend your conversation partner's preferred sensory mode and tailor your communication style accordingly. In 1970, the founders of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, Richard Bandler and John Grinder, recognized that individuals perceive the world through one of three primary senses: visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. While people naturally use a combination of these senses, one tends to dominate, significantly influencing rapport. Those primarily inclined toward the visual sense are highly attentive to appearances. They often think in images, dress sharply, and converse briskly. Expressions like, "How do you see yourself?" or "I see what you're saying," resonate with them. Auditory-focused individuals relish conversation and possess fluid, expressive voices, appreciating both the spoken word and general sounds. They often pursue careers in broadcasting, teaching, or law, using phrases like, "Sounds familiar," "Tell me more," and "I didn't like the tone of his voice." On the other hand, kinesthetic-focused individuals are drawn to tangible experiences they can feel. They have lower-pitched voices, prefer textured clothing, and speak at a deliberate pace. Their common expressions include, "How do you feel about?" and "I'll get in touch with her." Adapting your responses to a person's dominant sense can enhance their affinity towards you. For instance, a visual person will appreciate if you match their pace of speech or dress neatly. An auditory person will favor clear communication and a pleasant tone of voice. Kinesthetic individuals will connect better if you mirror their tone and speak softly and empathetically. To discern a person's dominant sensory mode, observe their eye movements. For example, when asking someone about their favorite part of a vacation, a visual person will tend to look up to the left or right, as if envisioning the answer. An auditory person will look left or right, toward their ears, and a kinesthetic person will look downward to either side, towards their hands and body. In summary, if you're uncertain about the best way to communicate with someone, observe their eye movements. This will unveil their favored sensory mode, enabling you to adjust your conversational approach accordingly. Key takeaways from this book. Forming a positive impression with a new acquaintance commences right from the first encounter. The way someone perceives you in these initial moments significantly impacts how likable you are. Hence, adopting a genuinely open and approachable demeanor is crucial for building connections. Time is of the essence in this process. Failing to make a favorable impression within the initial 90 seconds may hinder establishing a rapport. Practical tip: regulate your vocal tone using a straightforward exercise. For instance, if you notice that your conversational partner speaks calmly and in a relaxed manner, whereas you tend to speak rapidly, practice belly breathing. Focus on breathing into your abdomen rather than your chest. This practice will naturally slow down your breathing, subsequently influencing your speaking pace to align with your partner's. Please share, like, and subscribe for more insightful tips and content. Key takeaways from this book. Forming a positive impression with a new acquaintance commences right from the first encounter. The way someone perceives you in these initial moments significantly impacts how likable you are.